What's going on, guys? I've got some notes on the chart. So a lot of these setups that I'm showing you guys on YouTube are setups that I'm trying to interpretate in real time inside of the Discord and Evolution Traders. So that way we can, we can chat, we can go over these kind of levels or any questions in real time. So if you're interested, the link's down in the description box below. But this was a short position that I took here. Now, I missed out on a lot of the move, right? But you got to think about where I stand, and I want to, I want to interpret that to you guys. Where I stand coming out of lunch is I'm just looking for scalps, right? Either I've made money on the day and I'm just looking to piece together a little bit, like adding a cherry on top, or maybe I got a little drawdown left if I'm red and I could take another trade. So luckily today I'm finishing in the green. I'm not going to be trading anymore today. So that's why I wanted to recap this trade. Now, what I was looking at here is we had this big drop down. We had this nice bounce, right? So this bounce here at this 30-minute opening range low, this bounce kind of swept, and then we reclaimed that 30-minute range. So clearly here there was a little bit where you could use a stop loss below this zone. This is going to be my demand zone, and then we popped out of it, a long position. That's not the trade I want to cover. I already outlined that inside of the Discord. The trade I want to enter in, and I want to document to you guys here, is this right here. So this yellow line is my VWAP. This white line here, and I'm going to change this because I want this a different color, is my 20 SMA, okay? So my 20 SMA is a level that I'm looking at each and every single day. It definitely helps guide my trades. And let's kind of bring this back into play here. So clearly at this point in time, we're bouncing into our 20 SMA. We're bouncing into our VWAP. As long as we don't break and close over VWAP and 20 SMA and hold that area, I got a pretty good feeling that the market could push back down. Now, whether it's going to come all the way down to lows, whether it's going to break those lows, or whether it's going to put in a higher low, I know that if I stay below VWAP and I stay below this 20 SMA, there's probably a good shot where I can catch a scalp. So you can see here I wrote 10-point scalp, and that little green arrow is where I got out of my trade. I got into the trade, and what kind of raised awareness to this was this little doji candle here. This hammer candle, this doji candle, we're starting to pause here. Look at this, whatever you want to call it, shooting star or whatever. I just call them pause candles. I call them reversal candles. I start looking for these little, these little candles like this at areas of supply. I look for these little candles like this at areas of demand, right? So when you start to see this start to happen here and you notice that we're at an area of supply, again, I create this box and I tell myself, if we break out of this box, it's getting over VWAP. If we break out of this box, it's getting over 20 SMA. If we start to lose the floor of these little candles that are starting to print at resistance, I can get short here. So getting short below 21,772 and taking it for a quick little 10-point ride to 62s is a good little trade there. Now you start putting on, one mini contract and taking 10 points, you're looking at $200 very quickly. You start putting on 5 micros, you're looking at close to $100 very, very quickly. That's what I try to do. I try to hit the small base hits and forget about everything else, because I know that if I can hit enough small base hits, it's going to free my mind to walk away from the charts in the green. Every time in the past, when I try to put on very big size, when I try to hold moves, and when I know the potential's down here, guys, I'm not stupid. I know that potentially we could retest. I know that potentially we could retest. I know that. But a lot of times, more times than not, I will hold these big moves, go into profit, and then have it come back and stop me out for break even. Have it come back and stop me out for a loss after being in profit. And for me, getting to payouts and getting these evaluations passed, the better thing for me was to always hit the base hit and move it along. So demand zone we've seen could be a future area, a future area of a target. Our supply zone is going to be at that VWAP, at that 20 SMA. Again, stop loss is a break and close over 20 SMA. And I like to put these notations on the chart as I'm trading, because it keeps me mentally clear, right? It keeps me mentally focused. So I want to show you guys how you can allow price action to go down and test a level, allow price action to come back up and test levels, and then take the continuation, right? Take that continuation. Again, trust your technical analysis. Maybe you guys will use this and incorporate this into your trading. Again, it's not really particularly a strategy. It's more so an identifiable pattern that presents itself a lot of times throughout the week. And if you guys operate and you guys look for these type of setups, these type of patterns, you will start to see them and they will become more evident. They will become more clear, and you guys can start small. Start small, identify the pattern, execute, take 5 points, take profit. Do that for a week. Do that for 10 days. Do that for 30 days. You get comfortable taking 5 points, increase it 10 points. You know, get to a point where you move it to break even, your stop loss to break even, you hold a runner, right? Try out different things. See, are you a trader who likes to get in and out? Then look for those 5 to 10 point scalps. Are you a trader who likes to move to break even and hold for a bigger, longer move? Maybe you trade smaller size and you hold it longer, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. You know, figure out the type of trader that you are. For me, I like to be in and out of my trades in under 5 minutes, right? Under 10 minutes, under a minute. Like I would say sub 10 minutes is where 99% of my trades happen. And probably 70% of my trades happen sub 5 minutes. Like I'm in or I'm out in sub 5 minutes. So that's the kind of trader I am, guys. That might not be the kind of trader that you are. So it doesn't mean that you have to find a new strategy or find some new setups. You can take the same setup and you can try to hold it for longer. Play smaller size, hold it. Try to target the lows. Try to target the break of the lows. You can play a little bit bigger size and try to target that quick move, target that quick scalp. Find out what works for you. If you guys want to join Evolution Traders and get these in real time, trade with me each and every single day. That link's down in the description box below. Also, guys, daytraders.com, they are coming out with Project X. I don't know 100% for certain that you can get it now at 90% off, but if you use code DAnthony, I know for a fact come Monday, you will have 90% off using code DAnthony, but you can maybe sneak in now and try it out. Also, Apex right now is running $100 lifetime activation fees. You can use code DAnthony there. You guys can go straight to sim funded with top 1 futures. That link is down in the description box below, and I will see all of you guys on the next video.